I'm here speaking with the crew and cast behind this amazing dark comedy vicious film. I don't like to just call this a horror movie because I think there's so much more to this than just horror. It's called Appofeniacs, and I got Chris here. I also have Aaron here who plays Duke, Michael Abbott Jr. who plays Bank, Simran, Miss Poppy herself, and then Miss Lazy, Paige Searcy is here as well. So Chris, my first question is for you, man. You've always had a wild, styled eye for your music video days and things like that. What's the biggest thing you wanted to carry over into your first feature?
Oh, from music videos?
Mm-hmm.
I think like fun, interesting, cool characters that you want to spend time watching and, you know, block off time to spend time with.
Okay.
Yeah, when I think that, yeah, in any of my music videos that I did, like, it was always an objective. Coming from a fan's point of view, I always try to create scenarios and characters for the artist to play that, as a fan, that I would enjoy seeing them portray, and yeah, and that carries over to film, and yeah, cool. I hope to kind of done that with these characters.
Great answer, man. That's a great answer. Aaron, first off, you're too good looking to play drug addicts and stuff on. Like, you need to, you know. My real question, though, is your character is kind of the chaos, right? What did you do to tap in to play someone that unpredictable in the film?
Well, I relate to Duke in a way. We're both yappers. We can't stop talking. So that was easy. But I think on the opposite end of that, I just kind of pulled from personal experience of growing up with a lot of strong, intense personalities around me, especially when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, reading the Facebook rants growing up, some of the incel culture. I kind of just trust that it's gonna come out when it needs to come out, and that those experiences, if I'm open to it, will flow out of me. So I didn't do too much specific research because I just felt like life itself has given me plenty. So I was.
Life itself is research, man. Experience, right?
Yeah. So it was kind of balancing, just adding my own self into it, and hoping that that sort of layer came through, so you don't think he's a totally cold and unfeeling person. Because I like to think I'm not that.
You don't seem to be. You seem to be very warm and inviting.
Yeah, but I'm crazy.
Wait till I get home.
Yeah, so actually, I was just playing myself.
Okay. That's not nice to know. Simran, Poppy's quirks instantly make her stand out in the film. How did you use little details like her habits to anchor her in such a chaotic story?
Yeah, Poppy, I love her. She's she's such a sweet girl, but she knows exactly what she wants, and I honestly, I don't think I operate like that in my life. Like I think I hide a lot more than she does, and she's peacocking. She's always out there. Yeah.
Yes. Her wings are spread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her blue feathers.
Yes.
But yeah, I look to a lot of people in my life. I think just being in LA, and I feel like Poppy is such a. I mean, she could be anywhere.
She could be anywhere.
She could really be anywhere.
I know girls like that back home in the Midwest. Like they could be anywhere.
There we go.
Like for real.
She could really be anywhere, and she can be any person you want her to be. And I think that every scene that I was in, I kind of approached it like that, but never forgetting that she's gonna get what she wants. And she always goes after it, and so she's not going to compromise having a good time for that. But she's also really loyal, and that was something that I drew from my friendships and my support system, because that's something that keeps me going as an actor, a performer, like relying on my support system to give me my experiences and trust in life. And it's interesting to see how that like unfolds in the movie. So yeah.
Okay. Michael. Banks has a very distinctive perspective in his relationship. I know some men like Banks out there. How did you approach balancing humor? And how do you approach balancing humor and unease in those moments without going over the top?
I tried to be as truthful as possible in the circumstances of the scene, but I've also put in 25 years on the New York City subway line.
Hey, there we go.
So I've been storing away information for many years of things that I've witnessed that I knew eventually I would be able to draw on.
Okay.
And you know, trying to find the humanality of this guy, and you know, he's deeply in love with this young woman who's out of his league, and I think he's obviously more vulnerable than he puts on, and it was from the first read I knew it was going to be a challenge. It was something I'd never done before, and that's why I knew I had to do it.
That's what's up. That's a great answer. Paige, your character is thrown in the middle of a lot of messy energy. How did you keep her grounded while the story itself keeps escalating?
Oh, you know, I was never grounded.
You're like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I had no idea that whole time. I think I was definitely not grounded in real life at the time.
Okay.
And shooting this, it just lifted me even further into the atmosphere.
But your emotion and your performance is super grand. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's why you resonate so well with people watching.
Yeah.
You
You know,
really legit.
she does represent people in the world that are more grounded, I would say, that want to come off grounded and know what's going on in their worlds, but you never expect things to throw you off your game, and she doesn't expect it for sure.
Right.
So ultimately, she falls into this chaos.
Yeah, you deal with like the punches, like as it escalates, like you are responding and reacting in a very genuine
like
way.
a normal person caught like a crossfire.
And that was something that also, even on set, like I remember like multiple moments that happened where we would cut and like the crew would kind of almost sometimes be like silent because of how genuine your response was. You know, we're shooting like these ridiculous scenes, but you were in the moment, you were in a real genuine headspace, which like super translated. Sorry to put words in your mouth, but I was just
No, that was great. Great insight.
You did a great job.
Yeah, great insight. Great
You give
insight.
flowers, you know?
Chris, I got to come back with you. Deepfakes are already part of the everyday news cycle, so I'm curious what made you decide this was the right lens for dark comedy horror instead of just making it like what everybody else is doing, like AI tech thrillers. Like, what made you go this route?
I mean, it was just from the very get-go. When I saw my first deepfake 2018, like that's where my mind went to. It's like T2 is going to happen, but before it happens, on a much smaller level, we humans are going to fuck with each other.
Yes, we are.
Before the computer does.
Definitely.
You know, so just using his character to use this technology as a catalyst and just focus on the human fallout from the seemingly trivial or benign kind of fake scenarios that are created, how easily we as people can fall into the trap of relying on our confirmation bias to motivate our responses and actions.
And AI knows this.
Yeah, and Aaron, can you quickly piggyback on that? Like, what was it, like, how did you think about digital identity and deepfakes going into this? Like, how much did you know? Did you...
I feel like now I know a lot more after the fact. Prior, maybe at a fault, I try to bob and weave a lot of the doomsday information. I think it makes me feel very powerless, and I'm working on that. But I think that I felt scared. I felt like I didn't understand a lot of it, and so and I think that played into the character because he does not understand the ramifications of it.
Not at all. Not at all.
I think kind of staying a little clueless helped me push this guy forward.
I mean, that was definitely a factor on set. Like, I remember just the early days of, actually probably even just throughout the shoot, of different cast or crew just talking about like, oh, this is kind of crazy. Like, this will be scary if this happens. And I was just like, it's happening.
It's already happening.
It's happening. Like, everything I put into the script, like, already happened.
Right.
By the time the film comes out, it's going to happen on a much higher level. And
well, to add on to your question, I actually learned most about AI from his script.
Really?
Because my character explains what it does and how to do it. So through memorizing, I realized, oh, actually, now I know this is how the ins and outs.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, look, you guys know I would love to keep talking to you about this amazing film, but we got other people that need to see you as well. So thank you all so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Best of luck. Everything in the future with the film. And we'll be seeing more from Appofeniacs very soon.